From the Samson Production Studios in the heart of Hazleton, Pennsylvania, it's your News 13.
Brought to you by SSP TV and the Standard Speaker.
Coming up right now, live at 5, a complete recap of primary election day with the results of some heated races. Some veteran lawmakers held on to their jobs while others suffered some tough defeats. And later, the very latest on the arrest of the serial bank robber who tonight sits in a jail cell. Good evening and thanks so much for joining us, everyone. I'm Kristen Bazinski. What could be deemed the most heated race for our area this primary election was between Senator Dave Argall and local businessman Brian Rich. And on Tuesday, the veteran lawmaker Dave Argall won the Republican nomination for a full 4-year term in the 29th District. Argall, a former state representative, won a special election in 2009 after the death of Senator Rhodes. With all 125 precincts in Schuylkill County and the majority of precincts in the rest of the district reporting unofficial results, Argall had 12,474 votes to Rich's 10,521. According to reports, nearly all of Argall's lead came from Schuylkill County, where he received over 8,000 votes to Rich's 7,000.
We're very pleased with the results. We had an enormous number of volunteers helping us, working the polls, knocking on doors with me, making phone calls. I think we're all glad this campaign is done. This is a campaign we will never forget. It was a difficult campaign. There was no doubt about that. I think Representative Knowles was correct. Anytime you're in a primary like this, it's very competitive, but we're very, very pleased with the results.
The 29th District is made up of Schuylkill County and sections of Berks, Carbon, Lehigh, Monroe, and Northampton counties. Tuesday night's votes totals show Rich with more votes than Argall in the Lehigh, Monroe, and Northampton sections of the district, but not nearly enough to take over Argall's lead in Schuylkill. As the winner, Argall now moves on to the general election and will face Washington Township Democrat Tim Sipe, a former state representative. Sipe was unopposed in the Democratic primary. Now to the 124th House race in Schuylkill County, where State Representative Jerry Knowles will hold on to his seat for a second term. Knowles had a challenge from New Ringgold Borough Council President Larry Pedora in Tuesday's primary election. It was a packed house of Knowles supporters in Tamaqua at the train station Tuesday night as everyone patiently waited to hear the results. Knowles ended up with 4,440 votes to Pedora's 3,373, which included all the precincts in Schuylkill County and all of the precincts in Berks County reporting. News 13's Gary Perna talked to Knowles one-on-one Tuesday night.
Thank you all so much. Well, I'm very happy. It was a decisive victory. It was anytime you have a primary, they're tough campaigns. Because many times you put friends in a position where they have to decide between friends. So it is absolutely, positively a decisive victory. I'm very happy. I am honored and privileged that the folks of the 124th District have seen fit to re-elect me to serve them. And I'm just elated. It's good. Well, I'm looking forward to getting back to work and doing my job. And then we have to wait to see in the fall what happens. You can always have an independent. You can always have, the main thing was to deal with today's election and to be successful. And we were successful, and I'm very happy.
As of now, there are no candidates challenging Knowles in the general election on the Democratic ticket. When conceding to Knowles, Pedora thanked all of his supporters and said he was very proud of his campaign. Now to the results of a race that caught many by surprise Tuesday night. For the first time in many years, the 17th Congressional District will not be represented by Democrat Tim Holden. Lackawanna County lawyer Matt Cartwright ousted Holden for the Democratic nod. After learning of his defeat, Congressman Tim Holden called upon his supporters Tuesday night to now support Cartwright in the general election, even though Holden called for Cartwright to stop the negative campaign he was running. Holden, a senior member of the Pennsylvania delegation, lost to Cartwright by more than 8,000 votes. Cartwright will now face healthcare company owner Laureen Cummings of Lackawanna County in November. Cummings ran unopposed in yesterday's primary. We know who Congressman Lou Barletta will face in the fall. Democrat Gene Stilp came out on top in his race Tuesday with Wilkes-Barre attorney Bill Vinsco in Pennsylvania's 11th Congressional District Democratic primary. Stilp won about 55% of the votes, while Vinsco finished out around 45%. Stilp was a much talked about candidate throughout the campaigning season because of his use of a pig, a symbol of what he says his activism against government waste. State Representative Tara Tohill ran unopposed Tuesday. She will face opposition in the general election as longtime Butler Township Supervisor Ransom Young will appear on the Democratic ticket. In the primary, Tohill walked away with about 3,400 votes to Young's 2,600. It was one of the issues that had voters flocking to polls on Election Day. Some say it is a vital part of our community and went out to vote specifically to say yes. Of course, we're talking about the Hazleton Public Library system. And before yesterday, our community was in danger of losing all of the libraries throughout Greater Hazleton. A ballot referendum in yesterday's polls asked district taxpayers if they want a portion of their school tax bill dedicated exclusively to the local public library system. And voters of the Hazleton Area School District spoke. The majority do, in fact, support the local library system in having a reliable source of tax funding every year. The referendum won overwhelming approval in Luzerne County with a total of nearly 4,300 votes in favor and about 2,500 opposed. Many are very relieved and extremely grateful that so many exercised their voting rights, and the results go to show that people really do value all that comes from the public library. The matchup for U.S. Senate in the fall has been determined. It was a heated race for 5 men who fought for the right to take on incumbent Senator Bob Casey Jr. for his Senate seat. Many called the Republican race crowded and diverse. 5 people ran for the Republican nomination, with the 3 frontrunners all pretty different, with different big-name endorsements and money lines. Tom Smith came out on top and will face one-term incumbent Senator Bob Casey. Casey had no problem defeating challenger Joseph Vodvarka 81 to 19%. Now to the race for the Oval Office. Not a big surprise that Mitt Romney won the state of Pennsylvania. The former Massachusetts governor is on his way to securing the Republican nomination to face President Barack Obama in November. Romney gained approximately 58% of the vote. Former Pennsylvania Senator Rick Santorum, despite dropping out of the race earlier this month, came in second with 18.3% of the vote. Former Speaker of the House Newt Gingrich won 10.5%, and Texas Representative Ron Paul won 13% of the vote. Since learning of his loss Tuesday in the Keystone State, some media outlets are reporting that Gingrich plans on suspending his race for president. Coming up on News 13, reduce, reuse, recycle. Those 3 R's can have amazing results. We'll show you exactly what that means in just a bit. And later, it's a disturbing new trend amongst children and teens that comes with a dangerous ending. We'll tell you what it is and being used now as a drug. Stay with us. Checking out your winning midday lottery numbers on this Wednesday. Starting first with your daily number at 548. Big 4, 8631, Quinto 84185, and Treasure Hunt 12, 13, 19, 28, 30. Good luck.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's social news. A happy anniversary, Mom and Dad, to Ray and Nadine Clymer. This wish comes with love from your children, Brandon, Jaden, and Kate. And a happy Secretary's Day to our own secretary, Annie Kistler. This wish comes from all of us here at News 13. And now for tonight's Talk of the Town. There will be a macaroni dinner to benefit the Teen Moms Relay for Life team, April 29th from 1 to 4 p.m. at Frankie's Pizzeria. Tickets are $10 for adults and $6 for children. For more information, you can call 579-8500. And the Valley Regional Girls Softball League is holding registration for its 18U teams until May 7th. The cost for registration of a girl is $50, and for registration forms or for more information, you can call 570-233-4520. And that's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 extends our deepest sympathies to the family and friends of these recently departed. Alexander J. Stefanovich of West Hazelton. A massive Christian burial will be held Friday at 10 a.m. from the Holy Name of Jesus Parish, Transfiguration Church. Wilson A. Budgian of Sugarloaf. Memorial services will be held Friday at 11 a.m. from the Rosenstock Funeral Home. Friends may call Friday from 10 to 11 a.m. Dolores Danish, formerly of McAdoo. Services will be held privately and at the convenience of the family. Mary Burgess of Mahanoy City. The Louis D. Truskowski Funeral Home is in charge of the arrangements. And Betty Ann Marcinko of Hazelton. The arrangements are private and will be held at the convenience of the family. Tonight's obituary is often brought to you by the Smilax Floral Shop on 15th Street in Hazelton. For your delivery to all local funeral homes, call 570-454-0111. And by Mia's. Don't settle for the second best when dining out. Discover Mia's new low-priced dinner menu for 2012. Remember, there's plenty of free catered in the Markle Building lot. Find us on the web at miasrestaurant.com or follow us on Facebook.
The things you can do with recycled items is amazing, and for this week's District Newsmaker, our Jasmine Brooks will prove just that. Students from all over the Hazelton and Weatherly School District are teaming up with Bemis, Giant Foods, and Partners in Education, and are going green.
For this week's District Newsmaker, I'm here at the Hazelton Elementary Middle School, and we're going green. Now, what I mean by that is simple plastic bags are going to be turned into something quite amazing. Now, I'm here with 7th grade students in the Gifted program. So tell me a little bit about this project.
The project is called Project Sage. It means securing a greener environment. We are collecting plastic bags to make a bench out of them.
A bench out of plastic bags. Okay, now, you are not just the only school collecting these bags.
No, it's all the Hazelton School District and all the Weatherly School District.
All right, so you got some help there. Now, what do you think about this? It's amazing.
Yeah, yes it is, because turning all these plastic bags into a bench is pretty cool.
And I'm sure you're a big fan of recycling.
Yes, I am.
All right, that's awesome. All right, moving on over here. So what does it mean to you to be able to keep the end result, which is the bench?
It's just nice to have it and know that we were chosen out of all the schools in the districts.
Very cool. And finally, how many bags have you collected, or how long have you been doing it?
We've been collecting for a week now, and we have had a great turnout of how many bags that the students and faculty has brought in.
All right, awesome guys, great job. I cannot wait to see the final result, the bench. So for this week's District Newsmaker, I'm Jasmine Brooks, and I'll send it back to you in the studio.
Jasmine and the kiddos, thanks so much. Well, it's a no-brainer. When a car seat is used properly, it plays a vital role in saving lives. Now, still each year, thousands of children are injured or killed because their parents or caretakers did not properly fasten their safety seats. News 13 stopping by the Hazelton General Hospital, where a 4-day child passenger safety course is going on now through Friday. Participants are getting hands-on learning experience on how to properly install a child's car seat, as well as learn which car seats are appropriate depending on weight and age. Police officers, ambulance personnel, counselors, and social workers were soaking up all the information. We spoke with one of the instructors about this course.
Well, a lot of times people will look to a law enforcement officer or someone in those positions that they have questions about how to put their car seats in the right way. They're concerned about their children's safety, and there's so much information out there. We want to make sure that they get the right information, so we're training them, and anybody can register for it. So if you're in childcare, you work at a hospital or something, you have those kind of community jobs where people will be coming to you. It's a good program to go through. Well, a lot of times people will look to a law enforcement officer or someone in those positions that they have questions about.
All right, great job to those participants who will be nationally certified upon successful completion of the course. And caretakers, remember, most collisions occur within a mile of the home, so buckle your child in a safety seat for every trip, no matter how short. This next story may have parents cringing when they learn the newest trend amongst teens as a way to get drunk. Guzzling Hand sanitizer is the newest way teens are getting drunk, and it's sending many to the hospital for alcohol poisoning. All it takes is a few swallows to get a teen drunk, considering liquid hand sanitizer is 62% ethyl alcohol and makes a 120 proof liquid. News 13 spoke with Ed Payne, president and CEO of Sorrento Gardens Alcohol and Drug Services, who tells us, although dangerous, he doesn't believe this trend will become addicting.
I don't know that anyone's going to want to be doing shots of hand sanitizer. So in terms of getting drunk fast because of the very high concentration of alcohol, yet someone will do that. But I don't think you're going to find people doing it to the point where this is their beverage of choice. But it is dangerous. It does cause some fairly severe burning in the stomach. And the concentration of alcohol is really quite high.
Doctors are warning parents this is a very serious and dangerous thing. Now, in the past, teens have done the same with mouthwash, cough syrup, and even vanilla extract. The sunshine hung out with us earlier today, but will the rain tag along? Before we take a look at your forecast, how about we check out tonight's creative condition sent to us by Megan Moses, a 5th grader at Holy Family Academy. Megan's artwork shows a beautiful rainbow. We'll get it for you. That only comes, of course, after a little bit of rain. They're telling me we're going to have Megan's picture, so let's take a look at the forecast. In the meantime, for the next 24 hours, we see increasing clouds with a low down to 38 degrees tonight. For your Thursday, look for it to be cloudy. We see some showers likely coming our way and a high up to 53 degrees. There is that beautiful rainbow there. Thank you to the student who sent it to us. Remember, students, if you're sending us art pictures for our weather each night, you have got yourself a free pass to go see a movie at Regal Cinema. You just got to come down here and pick them up. So each night when you see your name and your picture, come on down to News 13 at 109 West Broad Street and pick up your movie pass. Tonight's forecast live at 5 brought to you by Just Windows and much, much more. 636-1133 First Street in Freeland. Make sure you stop by or just visit online, justwindowsandmore.com. Also, Fagley Oil Company, Tamaqua and Hazel Township, www.fagleys.com or call 1-800-572-4925. The American Red Cross will honor one local teen that News 13 has been following since her journey began. After suffering from a rare disease, 16-year-old Kayla Kelly received a brand new heart. Now, due to complications she initially experienced, Kayla had to receive frequent blood transfusions herself. We encourage you to roll up your sleeve and give blood Thursday, April 26 from 1 to 6 at the Good Shepherd Church located at 87 South Hunter Highway. That's Route 309 in Drums. Make sure you help give the gift of life by donating blood, and in return, you'll be doing it in honor of Kayla. Your Live at 5:30 is on deck. Make sure you stay with us. We will be back in just a few with much more local news.